Hey everybody, welcome back to Wine Wednesday. I'm Monica.
And I am Josh.
And we are back again this week with Kyle Baker from VIP Mortgage. Thanks so much for being here again.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
And we're drinking whiskey.
Woo! Oh yeah.
Because why not?
Yes.
So we've got a bottle of Basil Hayden, which is one of Kyle's favorite bourbons. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so no, it is a very easy drinking bourbon, very smooth, relatively good priced bourbon, and like I said, just an easy drinker. So I appreciate you bringing that one out.
Yeah.
This is a stray from our usual wine, for me especially, but here you go. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be talking about money today, so we needed something a little bit stronger.
Something a little stronger than the wine. Yeah.
Yes, cheers you guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for being here, Kyle.
Thank you for having me. Good stuff.
Nice if you like it.
I was gonna say, I don't know about Monica. Not much of a bourbon drinker.
Not much, but I'm doing it today. All for you, Kyle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So today we wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about the process. So last week we talked about kind of the pre-homework, and then this week we wanted to kind of cover, okay, now we're under contract. We found a home, yay!
Yes.
And now we're under contract. Now what? What does the process look like from here until happy closing day?
Happy closing day, your clear to close moment. So yeah, really the process is going to begin with having your inspection period, going and doing a home inspection, making sure that the house is, what it's supposed to be and that you're not going to have huge financial burdens down the road. Once that you're good to move forward, obviously we're going to have the loan underwritten by whichever lender we choose and decide to go with that has the best option for you. They will underwrite the loan and we will start working on what are called conditions. So conditions are or stipulations of the loan would be things that the underwriter still wants to review. So even though that we did get the bank statements and pay stubs and W-2s and all that stuff, and there still may be some things that the underwriter wants to see that we'll work on, as well as getting an appraisal done and kind of going through that process of making sure that the home is valued correctly, that you're not overpaying for a property.
And the appraisal process, I know that's kind of a hot touch point for everybody because sometimes that can go your way, and sometimes it doesn't. But is that process something that you are directly involved in, or is that more anonymous?
Well, yeah, a little bit of both. So we as the broker, we will manage ordering the appraisal. Most lenders have what is called an appraisal management company. So they will go to a network of appraisers that are local to the area, local to that home. So you're not going to find some guy from Tampa doing an appraisal for somebody in DeBerry. They're going to be educated in the area, what the values are, the trends in the neighborhoods. So they're going to mainly make sure that we have a good appraiser that is going to go out to the property, look at the property again, make sure that it's sound, make sure there's not any major safety issues in the property, and then again put a value and a comparable value on the property to make sure that either the bank is not giving too much money for the property or that you're not, again, paying too much for a property.
So after the appraisal is finalized, we get it back, everything is good, and we can move forward. The next thing is closing day, right?
Closing day, yes.
Yay! So yeah, what do buyers need to get to that point? I know we've talked about cash to close. What does that look like?
Yeah, so the cash to close, that's always a huge pain point for me because we want to make sure that you're comfortable with that number and that you have it. You don't just need down payment and say, hey, I need 5%. There are additional funds that will be needed.
And of course you're coaching everyone along the way to be ready for that.
Absolutely, that's done on day one of our conversation of, hey, here's what's to be expected, and some of those things can be negotiated, but it all is going to be dependent on the market. So It's better to have plan A and plan B and plan C figured out
Yes.
before we get to D, E, and F.
All right, well, Kyle, thanks again for being with us today, answering some big questions that people have. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me. It was always fun. So.
Good stuff. Well, again, I'm Josh.
And I'm Monica.
We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.